Hey everyone, welcome to this year's virtual Desert Corral event benefiting the Care Fund. What we've done this year, as many of you know, is we've taken two very important events of the Care Fund and we've parlayed them into one. First, we've taken the Desert Sky event that is normally held in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we've parlayed that with the event that we do in Tucson, Arizona called Casino Corral, and we put that into a virtual format today, and we hope that today you'll be touched and motivated and moved to donate and to help the Care Fund so we can help those families that are in need.
My name is Rikisha Love. I live in North Phoenix. I'm a mother of 4 kids, 1 girl, 3 boys. Back in November 2019, my daughter was at a party and she was shot. There was a shootout and she was one of the persons that was shot. And we found out that night, rushed to the hospital and everything, and it was a life-changing event. And a lot of things happened emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, that, you know, turned our world upside down, you know, when that happened to my baby. So mentally, I just wasn't there to try and, you know, take care of everything that was going on as far as keeping the household together for myself and my babies, because, you know, my daughter was harmed. We didn't know if she was gonna make it. I'm gonna be honest, I was scared. I was scared when this happened to her, and it was like 100 doctors, it seemed like, was coming at me at one time. They need this, she needs that, they need this, she needs that. And I was confused, I was hurt, you know.
It was a very lonely situation, so when they would come to the hospital, or when I finally got home and I was able to be around my little brother and my cousins and my grandma, it was fun because especially when COVID happened, we couldn't have visitors, so it was lonely. I was around people I didn't know all the time. Family is important to me because you can always go back to your family, or like your family is always gonna be there for you.
We did get like very much closer during this situation. I was just her little brother and she was my older sister. Like, yes, we talk and record videos and stuff of us being stupid. And yeah, we do that. Yeah,
My favorite thing about my brother, he's funny. He makes me laugh. Like, he doesn't even try. He's funny. He's really funny. And I like his mind. It's really different. And he's creative. I like that about him.
I was scared. They gave us like me and my oldest son, a couple days training, and we were petrified. Everybody was. Like, we were scared to touch her, like she was gonna break or something. And we quickly learned that the medical field is not for us. So we had to get some assistance, because with the care that she required is physically demanding, and I know that I can't physically do it all. And I know that, you know, they're kids, they're not doctors or nurses, you know. It's a lot of challenges. Well, it's not as hard as it was because they're a little bit older now. But when it was just me doing it by myself ever since I was 16 when I had him. And just doing it by myself, it's very hard to try to secure funding for food, for clothes, for, you know, to make sure you're doing this and doing that. You gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, you know what I'm saying? I have end-stage renal failure, and I'm on the transplant list currently for a transplant. And I did fall into a deep depression about it because I'm only 38. And when I found out, I think I was 33 or 34. So that did take a big toll on me for a while. And physically, I can't do stuff I want to do or used to do. That's kind of disheartening, but it is what it is. It's temporary. It's temporary.
My mom, she's very strong. She goes through stuff that we don't know, but I could tell. And I just love how my mom's very strong and she's still fighting. She's still here today. And just her whole life, she has to be strong for not only herself, but all of us. And I like that about my mom. We've been through a lot, and like I said, there's still a lot of stuff that she's been through that we don't know. But she still puts on a strong face for us. Like, we don't really see her cry. I don't think I've ever seen her cry for real, but she's strong.
The Care Fund came in through one of the social workers at Phoenix Children's Hospital, and they reached out to us and, let us know that they're here to help us in our time of need and what was going on with Kayla, and, try to lessen the load a little bit for me and my family, because it was definitely needed at that time, because we were struggling at that time.
Once the Care Fund provided support for my mom, she was very ecstatic. She did, want to start, hanging out like a lot more and do a lot more, and just it brought a lot of happiness to our family.
If not for the assistance of the Care Fund, I wouldn't have been able to focus on my electricity, my car note, my car insurance, to get back and forth to the hospital. Things for my kids, some decent clothes and shoes and stuff like that, because we were low on that too. It definitely lightened the load for me and otherwise I probably would be struggling. And I was so thankful for them, because they, it didn't feel intimidating. There was no strings attached. There was no big 60-page form to fill out. It was definitely, I felt like they cared and they understood about my situation and the urgency that was there, and that all of that stuff that usually comes with that particular assistance wasn't necessary, to help in this situation, that they were here to ease that burden for me. This is a good organization, and this is from the bottom of my heart. This organization, and it just popped up out the blue, I swear. It came at the right time when it was definitely needed. So if they could do that for me, imagine how many other people you could do that for. How you could really just lift off a burden, give them a peace of mind, and really give people a sense of hope in situations like this, because it is hard, it is difficult, and we're here to love on each other. We're all put together to love on each other, and just a kind word or a kind gesture can go a long way. Be kind and spread love and share love.
I feel like people that donate to this organization, it helps a lot, because it helps families like us. Because my mom is the only parent we have, so she has to do it all on her own, and to go into that situation, you guys really helped us out a lot.
Well, I'll never forget when we first started, receiving requests from families. We created the Care Fund, we raised some money, and then we went out to the hospitals, because we knew they could send us families that were in need and identify those families that were in need. And we had an application process, which we still have today, and it really gave some color and a story behind, a family circumstance. And it was very, very heartfelt, when you have a child that comes down with cancer, or an injury that happens to a child, and the color behind that, it becomes very, very real. It definitely happens. I say bad things happen to good people, and the Care Fund, you see that quite a bit, and we just want to be able to help those families.
Well, the process we have for providing assistance to the families that are out in Arizona is really, really quite easy, very user-friendly. There's no judgment associated with it, and we have some, friends and family try to refer opportunities to us that where we can provide assistance to. We talk to the caseworkers at the children's hospitals. We have a very unique type of setup to where we're truly trying to help the family, where they don't have to go through that hard decision. Do I stick with my kid in the hospital, or do I go work and get enough money to pay for the mortgage? Me, I'm sticking with a kid. And so I'm so glad we've got Care Fund to provide that assistance.
When a member of your family is ill, they look to you to take care of them. And when you have to take off work to take them to medical appointments, you can't pay your bills, especially your mortgage or your rent. You need a home, and home is where healing happens. So it is very crucial what we do to help these families stay in their homes so they can be with their children while they're going through this emergency crisis or illness.
I saw families and I saw children in the hospital that did not have their parent with them. And it always kind of boggled my mind a little bit on, why is that child alone and where's their mother and father? And so I'd ask questions to the people at the hospital, the nurses and stewards at the hospital, where's their parents? And they would tell me, well, mom and dad are at work, they've got bills to pay and responsibilities, but they come in at night, and they would give me the structure of what their day looked like, and it really impacted me, having two daughters myself at the time. And I just felt that, gosh, if we could create a foundation that could take off that largest obligation, your rent or your mortgage payment, and take that burden off of their shoulders, that would be impactful, and maybe perhaps allow them to spend more time with their child when their child needs them most.
The reason I got involved with Care Fund is, to me, it is a impossible decision to be sitting there trying to decide, do I take care of my child that's in the hospital, or do I have to stay at my job to create enough money to pay for my mortgage or rent? I think that's a decision that no parent should have to make for a family. It's the kids we're talking about. You got to take care of the kids.
Home is where healing happens. In between your own four walls with your family, comforting each other, making a meal, and away from the hospitals, the appointments, the day-to-day, and knowing that you don't have to worry that you took off work to be at your child's appointment, because the Care Fund's got you. We're going to pay your rent. We're going to pay your mortgage and allow you to be with your family in your home.
Many times these families are experiencing this issue with their child, and they need help right away. Sometimes they're already down 1 or 2 months on their mortgage or their rent, and so it's important that we act quickly. And so as we're able to raise money quickly, we're able to push it out very, very quickly to these families, again, in an efficient manner. When people choose to give to the Care Fund, what they can do is they can rest assured that that money is going to these families. We're good stewards of our donations. We keep expenses in check, and we get that money to those families in need.
One of the quotes that I'm really passionate about is be the change you want to see in the world. And I believe that the way that you accomplish that is through impacting locally, on the ground level and personally. And I think that's the reason why you choose an organization like Care Fund. You go to these events, there's a good chance you're going to meet these people. These are people that you work with, that you interact with on a daily basis, and they're your neighbors. And so being able to impact that on a local level like that is huge, and I think that's the reason you donate to Care Fund.
Rents are going up, mortgages are falling behind, and the families need more help now than ever to just keep their heads above water and pay their rent or their mortgage while their child's getting treatment. By donating to our event, you are helping a family stay in their home. You are helping a child be with his parent while they're going through life-saving treatment. So it is more important today than ever that you reach into your pocket and donate to help the families.
The thing with COVID is we haven't been able to have the events, to help fundraise for the Care Fund like we normally do. So the Care Fund has been impacted from a fundraising standpoint. Now, one thing that COVID hasn't done is hasn't stopped families from experiencing a tragedy like an ill child. And so we still have the demand out there to help these families, but we've been limited on our fundraising. And that's why it's so important that we get more people involved right now to help so we can serve the mission and these families. Hey everyone, now is the time, normally, if we were in person, that I would get up on stage and I would encourage you and ask you, I might even beg you to make a donation to the Care Fund. Normally we do that in person. Still gonna do it, but we're gonna do it virtually, okay? So here's what I need you to do. I need you to text FAMILY, F-A-M-I-L-Y, to 61094. Again, text family to 61094 to make a donation to the Care Fund. You can make an impact. You can make a positive impact in the lives of others, in the lives of these families that are dealing with a sick child. You can make a difference. And here's the thing. Many of us have been blessed beyond our biggest imagination over the last couple of years. If you're in the home ownership industry, it's been thriving. There's a plethora of other industries that are doing very, very well. All of us have been blessed, and we need to give to those who are in need. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I am going to match up to $150,000 of every dollar that we raise today with this virtual event. So please, please, please text family to 61094. Again, that's family to 61094. And whether you donate $10, it'll be worth $20. If you donate $100, it's worth $200, because I'm going to match up to $150,000. So please share this with your friends, share it with your family, and let's see what we can do, and let's make a positive impact together. Text family to 61094. Thank you.